are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Okay, so immediately we're going to have a problem. I can't see the clock.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Turn it around?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
how's that?
Can you get
see
it where
that?
both can see it?
Can you see it?
Yeah. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. Can you see my ink?
What is that?
Can we get a close up of that, Stella?
Is that a compass?
It's it is a doodle technically. Michaela got ink, a specific pen that you can do like tattoos with or whatever, right? Like it's safe. Tattoos. I don't know. It doesn't I guess Sharpies soak into your skin and they just become a part of your bloodstream or something.
Yeah.
And these stay on the skin for a while. It's been, I think, 4 days. So I've taken, well, technically I haven't taken a shower yet, so I don't know how it would.
In 4 days?
Yeah.
4 days you haven't taken a shower?
No. But, no, I think it's made it through 2 showers. Maybe 3. So, yeah. It's she said it's like a sun. It's like a Mayan thing.
Did you get Preston's text just now?
Oh, yeah. He'll be here soon. Well, isn't that great, Preston?
Thanks a lot,
We're
Preston.
already going, so we'll see how that works. Preston will show up later. The show is empty today.
Yeah.
It's an empty studio, just the 3 of us. You, me, and Stella's on the ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Harrison is no longer here.
He bailed.
We might not ever see him again.
Well, it turns out I did a disservice to him.
Yeah.
Because I got him a job.
Right.
And apparently he's too tired.
Got a little money in the pocket, thinks he's better than us. So he is no longer here. He is also better than us. Jesse is not here because he is with his family on vacation.
Yeah. They drove separate.
Yeah, no, unfortunately they did not. My prediction is Jesse's going to come back in a body bag. I think Savannah will kill him at some point. I really think that. So he was texting me yesterday, and today we were talking about they were on a river somewhere in a canoe, and they saw an alligator. Took a picture of it, and he said he watched the alligator eat a frog. So that's pretty cool.
They're in a canoe on a river with an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, close enough where he could take a picture.
Yeah.
So they're out there. They're having fun. They had this plan. Anybody ever tell you something, and when they tell it to you, you know what? Whatever. When they tell it to you, you are like, that's not a good idea, and you immediately know it's not a good idea. But you also feel like it's not necessarily your place to point that out.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Jesse and Savannah about their vacation, and Jesse said, yeah, we've got this camper. And it's not like a big camper. It's one of those pop-up campers, right?
Yeah.
So it's just really enough to sleep in.
Yeah.
And it's him and their niece, who's 19 or something like that, and then their 2 boys and Savannah. So 5 of them, right? And he said, we're just going to go all around the country and sleep in the camper. I'm like, and he's explaining it to me, and I'm thinking, this is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later, he's like, yeah, we decided just to do some Airbnbs on the way and leave the camper. I'm like, that's a good idea because you definitely would have killed each other in that thing. You'd be hot sleeping at night because they're going down south. I mean, it just would have been awful. You would have just but they're having fun, and we don't have them. I think for the next 2 episodes, we'll be Jesse-less.
Well, next week you'll be Jason-less. We'll probably skip next week.
Okay. Because I don't know how to do the. When you're not here, this is my apartment that we do the show in.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize I still do the show. It's just nothing's turned on. So I come down here.
There's no recording.
There's nothing recording, but I still come down here and I do it. So if you're in the area and you want to see a live show, come to my apartment and I'll do it. So, how you doing today, Jason?
I'm doing good. We got a new fan of the show.
Jeez. I honestly, when you said that, I was like, that's it. We have finally scraped the bottom of the barrel. Jason bought a fan for his house.
If you get
and you were so excited about it. Like, I thought it was like a wind air moving device.
No.
And I thought I was like, this is the best thing that you're going to open up the show with.
we bought a fan for the house.
I was like,
I
was like, that's it.
In the summertime, it helps.
Yeah. No,
Have you
what? Mount Rushmore fans?
Okay, attic fan.
Like human fan, like a fan of a thing.
Yeah, a box fan.
And what's the hand fan? Like the little
the Chinese like.
We are Siamese, if we please.
Konnichiwa.
I think those are the fans: hand fan, box fan, human fan, and what was the other one?
Japanese fan.
Wait a minute, fan boat.
What's a fan boat?
A fan boat is like that boat with like the big
propeller thing
on the back of it.
That's not a fan boat. Well, it's a fan that propels the boat.
I think they call that a fan boat.
It's like an airboat or something, isn't it?
I think they call it a fan boat. Jesse might be on one now.
Oh,
because he's down in that down on the bayou. So we got a fan, Jason.
We do have a fan of the show.
Should we address the elephant in the room?
What's that?
You're over there.
Oh, okay.
In the guest chair,
yeah.
And I'm over here. And if you're curious as to how that came about tonight, you're like, man, they're really. If you're just a listener of the show, then you have no idea what we're talking about. But Jason's in the guest chair, and I'm all the way across the room.
Well, turns out it's been 4 days since you've taken a shower.
Host chair. And you just put your foot down. You said, I'm not doing it. And so that's what happened. So you're sitting over there, and I'm over here. So we got a fan of the show.
Fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Her name, her name's Carol. Not 1,000% sure what her last name is.
Is there anybody on the face of the earth whose name is Carol and they're under 55 years old? Because I'm going to say there's not.
She's close.
I think 55 is the cutoff.
You think 55?
I don't think there's a lot of under 55 Carols.
Yeah.
Like, did you grow up going to school with anybody named Carol?
Carol Burnett.
Yeah, she's over 55. Like, I'm saying, did you know anybody your age?
Aunt Carol.
Once again, proving my point. Like, there was never a girl in school that's like, I'm thinking about asking Carol to the prom.
No.
You know? Like, nobody my age is Carol.
No. Turns out that's a dead name now.
So now that we've insulted our fan.
So her website is called Carol Remarks. CarolRemarks.
We don't remark. We just
.com.
mark.
No, she remark. We
won't
mark.
go back. We'll just once, and that's it. We never ever cover something we've already talked about.
It's never happened ever.
We
Yeah.
just mark.
So,
but Carol, she likes to remark.
She remarks all over the place. So her deal. She does a
What's her deal?
Here's her deal.
Okay.
She does a podcast. She does a blog. She does a newsletter, and she comments and remarks on. She remarks on glamour, pop culture.
What's glamour?
I don't know. Glamour, pop culture,
Okay.
which we touch on,
Sure.
and current events like news stuff, front page news.
Glamour? Is that like makeup? She's like, there's like a new kind of makeup.
This is going to be a little weird.
And I'm
I
gonna
hope I
talk-
don't upset her, but she's bald.
we already have.
She's bald.
So am I. There's nothing
That's
wrong
true.
with that.
I am too. So, I mean, we have a common thing going
Maybe
on.
that's why she likes the show.
That could be why she
So
likes
does
the show.
she glamour her head?
Well, she does a lot of wig stuff. She's a wig person.
Have you thought about getting a wig? Have you ever considered
No,
it?
I've never considered a wig.
I've thought about it.
Really? Like,
I've gone too far, though. You know what I mean? Like, if I'd have done it early, I could have gotten away with it.
yeah.
Or maybe right before I moved back to Ohio.
Yeah.
I thought about when I moved back to Ohio, just affecting an accent and just being Australian. And just like, you're just going to have to deal with it. You know, like move to a new place and then all of a sudden you're a new person. But I decided not to. So
It's a lot of work.
at the end of the day, I would forget and then I would look stupid. And I can't have that. Yeah.
Stupider.
So she's, she knows she's bald. Like she's not trying to hide it.
No.
So we're not like,
she has pictures of
we're not
herself.
outing
out there.
her
No.
as being a bald person.
No.
Okay.
She has joined the fold, as we say.
So she likes wigs.
She's a wig person.
Okay.
So she does the wigs.
Maybe that's the glamour.
Well, I think that's part of it. So the wigs and the makeup and all that. So yeah, I'm not sure what led her to the point to be bald. I'm assuming it was some medical something.
Sure.
But I haven't spoke to her, so I don't know.
Wouldn't
But I'm
stop
gonna
us from just kind of recklessly making assumptions.
No, I'm gonna assume a lot of things.
I only recklessly assume.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go on her show next Sunday, unless she listens to this first.
I can wait to post it if you want.
Let's wait until after. So the idea, we connected somehow on Twitter. I don't
As you do.
As I do. I do. I'm on Twitter 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And so we connected on Twitter, and we both have a show, and so we were talking back and forth and giving each other some suggestions. I watched some of her stuff, and it's good, but she was doing a lot of front page stuff, like news and current events. And I said, our shows are very similar, reach a similar audience, know, and it might be fun to do something like that. So I'm going to go on her show. We'll try to Skype her into our show sometime. There's some technology things that we need to figure out before we get to that point, but we have a lot of people on the back burner.
Yeah.
We need to figure that out. So
We need to figure it out.
we need a Skype expert to come in here and figure that out for us. So there's a lot of technological things that we need to do.
Okay.
So anyways, once we get to that point, I would love to have a lot of people on.
So go to
CarolRemarks.com.
CarolRemarks.com.
Subscribe to everything.
Search it up.
Yeah.
Find her, listen to her stuff. If you like it, keep on listening. We invite you to take the 10 show challenge for Carol's show.
Yeah. Yeah. She does a daily podcast.
Really?
It's like a 10-minute daily show.
It's a lot of work. Jason, do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about ready to say something to you.
Okay. I'll think really hard.
That I came across it, and I became aware of this thing that I had not thought of.
Is it the...
It's been probably 24 years or so since this has entered my consciousness.
Give me a date.
Okay, I would say 97, 98. I was aware of this.
Okay.
And somewhere after that, it started to fade away.
Okay.
And I don't know the last time I was aware of this, but I saw a commercial for this, like a retro commercial
let me
like
guess.
on Instagram. Okay.
Doublemint twins.
No. Fresh goes better. Have you seen those? Oh, Jason. It's the Mentos, though. Have you seen the somebody's making a bunch of stuff on, you just search.
The
search
AI
it.
stuff?
No. Well, I saw an AI one. It was
pepperoni hug spot?
terrifying. No.
Have you seen that?
So there's, I don't know if you remember these Mentos commercials. Fresh goes better with Mentos Fresh and for our lives. Da, 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 da. And it was always like crazy, weird things were happening. And there was always somebody that would like spill something and they'd be like, and then it would like weird things would happen.
Yeah.
Somebody has been making that commercial like and putting like tragic things like from movies like with that in the background, like the scene on My Girl when he dies from all the bee stings and he's like going around in that song. Fresh goes better with it's genius. It's you will go down a wormhole of Mentos commercials and it will make you so happy. The best one is a Jean-Claude Van Damme one. They're all really great. So, Preston, how you doing?
Hi.
Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Is his microphone on?
I don't know. You might need to unmute it. Let's just try it and see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah. I can hear myself kind of.
Oh, can you?
It might not be
Well,
recording,
you're also the
though.
one talking.
Yeah. Is he recording?
Say something.
Uh,
Hey, there you are.
Okay.
Okay. So Preston's here. He, I assume, had to work late.
yes.
Yeah. So
Likely
here's the
story.
thing I know about
right.
Preston. I know there's some things I know about Preston. He's a father. He's a good dad.
Yeah.
Guy's a good dad. He likes Zelda.
The game.
I know that about and the person. And he loves his job, lives for his job.
Yeah.
He's like, can I stay late? You don't have to pay me. That's
All
the
the
kind of thing
time.
that he says a lot.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? You don't even pay me. I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's what I know about Preston. So anyway, I was just telling Jason something. You're going to have no context for what I'm about ready to tell. I mean, you will not know what this is at all.
Because this was before he was born.
What year were you born?
98.
Oh.
98. So yeah, you're not going to know what this is. So I saw a commercial for this, like a retro commercial. Somehow it came
I
up.
love when we break down 90s commercials. That's like one of my favorite
This
things.
one has Tony Danza and another guy that I recognize. He was on, remember that show Heroes? That was like popular for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, Hiro Nakamura.
He's like the white kind of
Nissan
main
Versa.
guy. Yeah. Here's the commercial. You ready for this?
Yeah,
10-10-3-2-1.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you remember 10-10-3-2-1?
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is.
You dial 10-10-3-2-1 before you make a long distance phone call.
Oh, yeah.
And
was
then
it AT&T?
I don't know. It was a
Okay.
commercial. And so in the commercial, he's like, the kid comes downstairs. He's like, Dad, what did you remember to dial 10-10-2-3-1 and then 1 and then the number? He's like, oh, I totally forgot to dial 10-10-3-2-1 and then 1 and then the number. Because, Dad, you know when you dial 10-10-3-2-1 and then 1 and the number, you can save up to 25 cents a minute on your long-distance phone calls. So anyway, it's just one of those things that we were aware of. I used to dial 10-10-3-2-1. I remember doing it, and I would have never thought about it again for the rest of my life. And you don't even know what we're talking about.
I just looked it up.
And it's a thing, right?
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah. 10-10-3-2-1.
We should try it now.
Can you
Try to call Jesse on 10-10-3-2-1.
But you'd have to know Jesse's phone number.
Yeah, I don't have that.
So
Why would you have that?
should we just say Jesse's phone number
Out
over
loud,
the
Yeah, just give it out. Put it in the description. Put it
in the
right
description.
Yes.
Everybody dial 10-10-3-2-1.
That'll be the name of the episode. Is Jesse's phone number. So anyway, I don't have anything to say about 10-10-3-2-1.
Okay.
I was with somebody, friend of the show, John Fitzpatrick. He's not a friend of the show. He
No.
would not listen. But
I wouldn't even call him a friend. I mean, he's an acquaintance.
he's an acquaintance.
We know him.
If we saw each other at the mall, we say hi.
Well,
you know?
I might wave.
Yo,
Hey.
you're doing your
Okay.
thing. No, he's a personal friend of mine.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were together, and I said, "Do you remember 10-10-3-2-1?" Because he's basically our age.
Yeah.
I think he's older than us. And he goes, "No, I have no idea what you're talking about." I was like, "How do you not know 10-10-3-2-1?" And it was so dissatisfying to me that I had to tell somebody. And so I got nothing to say about 10-10-3-2-1.
So all those people, like Joe Jr., none of those people know any of that.
Well, Joe Jr. wouldn't. I was not with all of those people. I was
Okay.
just with John, and his wife was there.
Why?
We were hanging out because John's my friend, unlike you. So anyway, I don't have anything to say about 10-10-3-2-1 right now. Every time we do an episode, in the back of my head, I'm always thinking, "What's the name of this episode?" You know, and one thing will rise to the top, and then another thing might overtake it. Currently, 10-10-3-2-1,
Or Jesse's phone number.
or Jesse's phone number. But I'm really hoping something does better than that. So
So
we did tease last week that we were going to do the Mount Rushmore of old people things.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
What was it?
Things old people do.
Things old people do.
I forgot we teased that.
Do you want to fulfill
Sure.
that?
Yeah, let's do that.
The Mount Rushmore. Oh, this is good actually. Did you know? Because I was looking up. Sometimes I like to look it up and say, what's the holiday today? Today is world. This is the world
Is
holiday.
it international, or is it the
World.
whole planet?
I think it's the whole planet. What's the difference between the world and the planet? I think it's like Great Britain and England.
Well-
I think the world includes the moon. Like Great Britain includes Ireland.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, that makes sense.
the United Kingdom is different. So anyway, it's World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Today is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Now, they're not saying, here's what they're not saying.
They're not for it.
They're not for it or against it. They just want you. They just want you to be aware of it. We're not taking a side on elder abuse.
No.
You know. We just want today is a day that we want people to be just recognize that it exists. We're not going to take a stance. Not trying to get political here. Today is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day.
I worked with a guy who abused an elder.
Today's for
I don't
him.
know.
He served 3 years in prison for it. So I'll
Okay.
spare you the details.
Thank you. I'm only
That's
myself to
that's
blame.
a true story.
I believe it.
It's a true story.
You know, now that we've said it,
His name was Scott.
every once in a while, he would be. Every once in a while, as a show, we don't like to get political.
No.
But every once in a while, we will draw a line in the sand
Uh-huh.
and we will take a stance on something.
Yeah. Like abortion.
Like abortion. We are against abortion.
100%.
100%.
100.
We, as a show, we're going to make a stance
Uh-huh.
that we are, unless you give us a really good reason,
Well, let me
against elder abuse.
100%.
Unless you have an excellent reason.
They give you tapioca pudding.
Nobody likes tapioca pudding.
Old people do. Old
What
people
if
like
you?
Taco Bell.
What if you found out that the old person that was in your charge was a Nazi that had escaped and they had done some prison camp
Is he like
stuff?
stuck in a bed and he can't get out?
Yeah.
Just let him go.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, he's a, I mean,
Whatever.
I feel like at that point, you know.
What if he's bullying the other people in the nursing home?
Then you got to take him out.
Okay.
Wait, and he's in this bed still. He's like, "Yo, Deborah,
Maybe.
your diaper needs changed."
Maybe. I don't know why this guy's from the South. He's a Nazi.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
It's a Southern Germany.
Southern Germany. Okay. All right. There's skinheads down there, I guess. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
They're related, right? They're of the same genus.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway,
Things old people do.
but we did want to recognize World Elder Abuse
Yeah.
Awareness.
We are aware. Thank you for letting
We
us
know
be
it
aware.
exists. All right. We're against it, unless you have a good reason. All right. So the Mount Rushmore of things old people do.
Yeah. I've got one.
All right.
Walking the mall.
Mm.
Old
Yeah.
people walk the mall.
That is an exclusive old people thing.
Yeah.
You think so?
They get their white tennis shoes on and their sweats
Yeah.
and they wake up at 5:30 in the morning
Yeah.
and they walk the mall before the stores open even.
Okay.
Don't forget, they have to have the windbreaker on too.
Oh yeah, windbreaker.
Yeah, they got it
Yeah.
at the windbreaker.
Dude, they break that wind.
They do it. I break the wind. So Erica did something that old people do today. She volunteered. Well, she had to take a training class to volunteer to be a poll worker for the election. Have you ever seen a poll worker under the age of 90? Because I haven't.
No.
So
she's going to be the first.
She said they were very excited to see her there. They're like, young
Okay.
blood.
We're going to need to give her a couple tips. Don't seem too competent because
Yeah.
they're going to ask her to take over.
Yeah, I know.
She needs to go in there for real.
It
She
is-
needs to go in there and act like a
It's
big
a
dummy.
volunteer position, but she does get paid $100 on the day of the election. She has to get there at like 6 in the morning and stay until 8 at night. She cannot be on her phone, and she has to bring her food with her because she can't go out. Like it's like an all-day thing, and she gets $100 for it.
It's not worth it.
They have to have for every position. They have to have one Republican and one Democrat.
What's she?
I'm not going to say. That is not my place. That is for her to choose when she tells people. Like, I'm not the one that gets to,
But you've ousted her on being an organ donor.
yeah, she is an organ donor. No, she's not an organ donor. Sorry. So things old people do, they walk at the mall.
Yes.
They work at the polls.
Poll workers.
Poll
Yeah.
worker.
Not that type of poll worker.
Dear God.
That's a different type of poll worker. That's exclusively young people.
We hope so. What's next? I mean, this is the list that you brought.
I mean, they kind of make this sound like this. You know, because they got dry mouth.
Sure.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All
know,
right.
they do that.
Okay.
So we're adding this.
Yeah, that. The audio
right.
listeners are gonna hate this.
So it's work the polls,
Walk the mall.
walk them all, and all right. What else we got?
Exclusively old people or things old people do?
You're the one that brought the list.
'Cause
I
I-
mean, you brought the topic. Not me.
Daytime television watching.
I don't know.
I think we all watch a little daytime TV.
Watch infomercials though.
I like an infomercial, and
Yeah.
I won't apologize for that.
the best was Billy Mays. Harness the power of the orange.
I love Billy Mays. I like the ShamWow guy.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Do you know Billy Mays?
I know Billy Mays.
Okay, Billy
Yeah,
Mays
yeah.
was
He was the man.
Yeah, he
All right, back on track.
Oh,
Poll worker.
yeah.
Walk the mall.
We're getting to the point where.
It's 3 of them.
What about like primetime news watching?
Primetime news watching, like the evening news.
The evening news.
Yeah.
Because young people don't watch evening news.
Is it still on?
I don't know.
That's an honest question.
Yeah.
If I turn on CBS at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
It's definitely still a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's on at work.
Oh, okay.
So
there
I'm
you
an
go.
old person now.
All right. Evening news.
I think that's it.
All right. There it is. Poll worker, mall walker, and evening news. I feel like lately there have been some things happened in my life that I'm like realizing that I'm getting old. You don't realize it until you know it.
Yeah.
Like the other day I was at, where was I? I was at Office Depot. And 2 girls are working at the copy counter area. And so I'm there because I'm paying, and that's where they want me to pay on this day because the lane was closed. So I'm back there, and they were both anywhere from 17 to 22. I don't know, in that age range. And the girl's checking me out, and the phone rings, and the other girl picks it up, and she's like, "Hello, yeah, no, I don't know, I don't know, I don't think we do that. Okay, bye." and so I'm like, I'm listening, and the other girl's like, "What was that?" And she's like, "I don't know." She wanted to know if we fix VHS tapes. She's like, "What's a VHS tape?" And she's like, "I only know because my parents are so old. But a VHS tape is like, I don't know, like something you watch." She's like, "What?" She's like, she explained it to her, and she goes, and she said, "Oh, I wish I would have written it down." She goes, "Oh, like the purple one," or something. Like she must have had one like in her life. You know what I mean? She was like, "Oh, like that purple thing." She's like, "Yeah, but I only know because my parents are so old." And I was like listening to this conversation about them talking about VHS tapes. What is a VHS tape? I don't know. I only know because my parents are so old. And I'm sitting there listening to it thinking, I'm old.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's one thing. It's like I didn't grow up watching VHS tapes. For someone to be like, I grew up watching DVDs.
Like 8-track.
That's fine.
So it was slightly before us.
We didn't. I never had an 8-track player in my car. I never
we had
listened
a
to them.
cassette, and we had.
But
CDs
I wasn't like, I don't know what they are. I knew what they were.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But yeah. So that's when I was like, I got in the car. I came back in the car and I told Eric, I was like, we're old. Like we are officially old. I try to do things to make me not feel so old.
Yeah.
Like lately I've been running. Aaron's been keeping me accountable. I went on a 5-mile run the other day. It was a jog. Run is generous, but I did jog for 5 miles straight. So I'm trying to feel younger. The other day I was out at the track and I was realizing even though I can get in better shape, God willing, I can get in better shape, I'm still becoming older.
Yeah.
I was out running at the track at Harding. And I'm running around the track, and it's quiet, and it's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
And these 2 kids pull up on these like little kind of dirt bike things, and they just start riding around, like not in the track, but like all around it, like in the grass around it. And I'm getting so angry at them, like that they're doing it, that they exist. It's something that I would have done when I was 15.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. I'm going to ride my dirt bike around in these wide open fields. It's a perfectly reasonable thing for like a 15-year-old kid to do. It made me so angry. I just couldn't enjoy my run. It bothered me immensely. And I realized there's really nothing wrong with it. I'm just getting old.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 years away from... How could we make that the title of the show?
I
Like,
will look up how to spell that.
okay, you look up how to spell.
Yeah.
and I'll see if I can make that the episode. So anyway, I'm getting old. I'm not happy about it. I'm not proud of it, but I'm recognizing that it's happening.
Yeah.
I can try to avoid it. I can put it off, but eventually...
Well, to make you feel better, you're never going to be older than me.
That's true.
So you can go to sleep knowing that. Okay, I've got some other things. Do you want to try to do Netflix?
I think we should try to do the Netflix because sometimes you never know what's going to happen
Yeah.
with that.
Stella, Netflix.
You never know what's going to happen with the Netflix suggestion of the week because the show's going kind of slow. You've hit a lull, and then all of a sudden, Netflix, and there you go.
Netflix, watch these shows of those. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something
Jason,
like that, like YouTube
what
or
is
Box.
your Netflix suggestion of the week?
Boy, that was really loud.
I know, that was loud.
Okay, so my Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Paramount.
Oh,
Paramount.
okay.
Do you have Paramount?
I currently do because I got it with my new cell phone plan for like a year or something for free. So.
Okay, so in the Yellowstone universe,
Okay.
there exists Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. Then there exists like 1883. Then there's another spinoff called 1923, and this is with Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm. Harrison Ford. I love Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is great. We love Harrison Ford so much.
I like when he acts irritated, and I think it's just because he is irritated all the time.
Yeah. It's authentic.
Like I've seen interviews with him. I just think he's grumpy, and I
Yeah.
think he's always been that way.
Yes.
So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like agitated Harrison Ford.
Who doesn't?
He's great. So in this 1923, they're homesteading in Montana,
As you do.
as you do, and shenanigans ensue.
As they do.
Yeah. So
Anybody else in it that I'd recognize?
Helen
Mirren?
Mirren, yeah, and then a bunch of other people, but those are the two big ones.
I do like Helen Mirren.
She's great.
She is great.
especially in documentary now.
Is she, yeah, she's great.
Season 104.
Oh man, she's so good. Is she like Dame? You know how they do like Dame Judy Winch. You know, is she like a lady? Like the men can be like it's Sir Ian McKellen, right? Has she reached that?
I don't know what that is.
I think when I know when the man nowadays who knows anymore, but I know when the guy is knighted or whatever, he becomes Sir Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
Sir Ian McKellen. And I think when it happens for a woman, it's Dame, because Dame Judi Dench, I think, is a thing that
D-A
You're right.
Is that? Am I right
Dame,
about that?
Yeah.
D-A-M-E.
Can you find out D-A-M-E? Can you find out if Helen Mirren is a dame?
Oh, she's a dame.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Helen Mirren. She's very good at what she does.
She's very good. So 1923, if you're in, I would not say you would have to know the Yellowstone universe. You could just watch it as a standalone.
Do
It's pretty good.
you have to kind of have a working knowledge of Montana in 1923? Is that important?
I would say no, but it might help.
Okay.
So
Do you have to know what a horse is?
no, they'll explain that for you.
That's like episode 1, right out of the bat.
Yeah.
Just in case you've never seen this animal, there's going to be a lot of them.
This is a horse.
Sometimes you'll see people on top of them. Sometimes you'll see them just going off by themselves.
Mount Rushmore of animals to ride.
Do not be alarmed. Okay, let's do this. Mount Rushmore of animals to ride.
As a-
Horse,
horse,
elephant,
elephant, camel.
camel.
Yeah.
Oh, donkey?
Yeah, Jesus rode on a donkey.
If it was good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know. But to answer your question, yes, she was a dame.
she is a
She
dame,
is.
not was.
She is.
She
She's
is a
been
dame.
damed.
Yeah.
What's your Netflix suggestion?
So the other day, this is not my Netflix suggestion, but I'm getting to it.
I love it when you do this.
That's just typical.
Yeah.
The other day,
You started Frasier again.
I did start Frasier again, and it's wonderful.
Oh,
and I
let me.
wanna apologize.
Okay, stop. Everything needs to stop just for 1 second.
Okay, all right.
I need to call out Steven Crowder. I think they secretly watch our show
Okay.
and they steal our content.
Are they talking about Frasier?
Not yet. So that's why.
Listen,
listen.
if-
That's why. Let's stop. I'm getting there. You got to let me get there. So we did a whole thing on Murder, She Wrote for years.
Famously.
Famously, it almost sunk the show. That's how bad it was. People were actively unsubscribing because we
Yes.
did a whole thing on Murder, She Wrote. We actually had Angela Lansbury on our wall.
Our podcast subscribers started charging us more money.
Because of the Murder, She Wrote stuff,
Yeah.
right? So we did a whole thing on Murder, She Wrote.
Punishment.
It was great. Okay. 2 days ago, he opens up his show with a Murder, She Wrote bit.
Come on.
Opened up the show with it. Now listen.
All right.
Coincidence.
I don't know that that's enough. I think Murder, She Wrote it's in the zeitgeist, like I don't think it's so specific to us.
Okay, so here I agree.
Okay.
But it's not just that.
All right.
Because we did a whole thing on cigarettes, although we're against it as a show.
It was a short.
Yeah, it was a short. We're against it as a show, but it looks very cool.
It's one of our better shorts, I think.
It's one of our better shorts.
And as a show, we do believe that. So what, they did something about that or something?
He did a whole thing on cigarettes look really cool to smoke. But
Really?
yeah. So here's the thing. This has happened after us multiple times. So here's the thing. Look at right here. Stephen Crowder, if you or anybody on your team is watching this right now, and I won't post this as a short. This will just be regular content of the show. So you have to deep dive this.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're watching this, you need to do a Frasier bit.
Okay.
That's the secret code.
Okay.
If you do a Frasier bit, we know that you're watching. And it's totally cool.
We approve.
We approve.
We'd like it if you'd watch.
I think there's
Steven,
a good
we're not coming down on any sides one way or the other for any disagreements with people that you've had. Did I unsubscribe to Daily Wire? Yeah, I unsubscribed to Daily Wire. Was it connected to their treatment of Steven Crowder? No, it wasn't connected to that.
Turns out they're charging me $12 a month. I didn't have
I
money
saw
for
the
that.
3 movies that they had, and I was like, I know what a woman is already, so
Check that off.
I don't need to see that one.
I see one every night.
I'm like, why are you still charging me every month? I'm not going to rewatch your movie. So I did unsubscribe. Unrelated.
Okay, so Frasier, if they do a Frasier bit, we know they secretly watch.
Okay. Which we approve of.
We totally approve of, yeah.
So the other day, we're home, and a typical night in the Owings loft is Abby hanging around with me and Erica, kind of off and on in a room, but out quite a bit too. And Michaela just in a room all the time.
Yeah.
And then the other night, we were all in the living room. I think I was reading. Maybe she was drawing. Erica was doing a puzzle or something like that. And Michaela goes, "This is nice. We should do this more often." I'm like, "Michaela, we do it every night. You just never come out. This is a you thing. This has got nothing to do with... You can do this anytime you want. We're here all the time." So... Anyway, she was like, I asked her, I said, "Do you want to find a show that we could watch together?"
Yeah.
And Erica's been watching Alias with Abby. And so they've been going through Alias, a J.J. Abrams show. And so we said, you know what, Michaela, you might like Lost. So we started watching Lost with Michaela. And in order to do that, I had to get a free month of Hulu. So I'm going to cancel it. But I got a month of Hulu.
Yeah.
So we got Hulu, which is how you can find Lost. And so we started watching Lost with Michaela. I'd say it holds up so far. It's like a little dated.
I never watched.
Yeah, it's
I
a
never
little
saw it.
dated.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it? You're too young.
Kind of got lost into it.
Okay, that's enough. So,
You're sitting in Jesse's chair, but you don't have to say things Jesse would say.
I'm trying to fill the spot.
It's a
little too
big
big
spot
for
to
me.
fill.
it's
Yeah.
it's a big pair of pants to fill. I was thinking about doing the Mount Rushmore of Jesse. You know.
Okay. Well, let's do your Netflix suggestion.
So
first.
Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Hulu, and it is called, I don't know, you might have suggested this before, Welcome to Wrexham. Have you made this your suggestion?
No.
Okay. It's called Welcome to Wrexham, WREXEHAM.
Is this the Ryan Reynolds?
This is the Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney bought Wrexham Football Club in Wales.
It's like Division 5 or something.
It's the lowest division that you can still call yourself professional in. Like the guys get paid, but like lower, and they're basically not even getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the lowest level. There are 25 teams in this division. It is rough. It's really hard to get out of. But Wrexham has a history. Their stadium is the oldest. I think they said it's the oldest soccer stadium that has been inhabited, like in the whole, the oldest one that's like still being used in like the world.
Yeah.
And it was like 1810 or something like that was when it was made. And so we're big English football fans, and so I started watching it. There's some language in it, but it is all about how these two guys, Rob McElhenney, who's on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I've never seen, and Ryan Reynolds, who weren't even really friends, didn't know each other, but somehow got connected on this deal and then became friends, and they bought this football club together, this soccer team in Wales, and how they, the ultimate goal is that they would elevate, continue to get promoted, and end up in the Premier League.
Yeah.
That seems like impossible because the difference between the millions of dollars that it takes for this club and the billions of dollars that it takes for those clubs is insane. But I don't know. Stranger things have happened. They can build the brand. I don't know. And so I've watched maybe 5 episodes, and it's very interesting.
So did you see the game that was just played?
No.
So that team, Wrexham, played the women's national team.
Oh, you know what? I did see that, actually.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
In a tournament. So this is like this subpar, slightly professional.
Wrexham is, it's
worse than Major League.
It's
soccer.
worse than Major League Soccer. I don't know. That would be a good question.
College soccer, maybe? Like the best college team?
It might be like a college soccer team, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
played the best women in the world.
Played the best women in the world and crushed them.
It was like 12-0.
Yeah.
It
was a shortened game.
And it wasn't even, and the guys weren't even trying.
No.
Yeah.
It was really bad. Mm-hmm. So that felt really good.
That felt, great.
Listen, I'm not pro.
We're against what's her name saying that they should get paid as much as everybody else.
Yes.
That's what we're against.
Yeah, earn what you...
And you know what? Even if you're not as good...
If there's a huge following...
If there's a following...
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
I assume that female gymnasts get paid more than male gymnasts.
And they should.
Because they're more popular.
Right.
So... Megan Raponi? Is that her name?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Wrexham. It's found on... Hulu. It's like an FX show, but you can watch it on Hulu. And it's really good. It's if you're not a soccer fan, you still might find it interesting. If you like Ryan Reynolds, you'll probably like it, I guess. But so it's called Welcome to Wrexham, and I liked it.
So that's your suggestion?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So there are 3 dudes in the room and a girl.
Dudes and dudettes, Major League Butt Kicking is back in town. Do you know what that's from?
It's got to be Turtles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Righteous.
We just watched that 2 nights ago.
Gnarly.
Bossa Nova.
Bossa Nova?
Chevy Nova?
Excellent. All right.
I was telling the kids, I can quote that movie word for word, and I did it for the first 15
That's the
minutes.
Splinter. I lost his side, but I can get it back. Raphael, let it go.
If you put anchovies on that pizza.
And I'm telling you, 122 and an eighth. 122 and an eighth. Where the heck is 122 and an eighth?
You're standing on it, dude.
I got to get a new route.
This is a 10. The tab's 13.
Wise man once say, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Okay, that's a deep dive.
I'll keep on going. How many times do you think we've seen that
Jose
movie?
Canseco bat? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this. It's the best movie. Mm-hmm. It still holds up.
Absolutely, it holds up. And by the way, not only does it hold up, but the creature, like however they made them, the puppets, the work, I mean, is good.
Yeah,
it looks really good. It's better than CGI. Don't you think it's better than CGI?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You have to get me off of this topic because I'll just keep on quoting this movie.
Cricket? You got to know what a crumpet is to play cricket.
Man.
It's a great movie. So anyways, 3 dudes in the room. I am under
3 guys, a girl, and a pizza place. That was a Ryan Reynolds show. Anyway.
I am under the opinion. I'm speaking for dudes
I think
only.
you're under the impression. I think you're of the opinion.
I am of the opinion.
Mm-hmm. You said under the opinion.
Well, I might be under.
The opinion's not oppressing you, you know.
It could be.
Okay.
I am of the persuasion,
Sure.
does that work? That as a dude, if you are not peeing outside at least 2 or 3 times a week, you're not living life right.
I would say,
How often do you pee outside?
I mean, not as much in colder weather. I'm not going to lie. It is month specific for me.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I would say in colder weather, like those cold months, maybe once a month. Warmer weather, once a week, maybe.
Okay. So you're right on the line of doing it right. Preston, how often do you pee outside?
Quite a bit because I have one bathroom.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. I do it 2 or 3 times a week. And I feel like I connect with nature.
I think so.
I think it's better that way. I think we're meant to pee outside.
Yeah.
Dudes.
It's just nice.
So that
was a thing.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the whole.
I got a quick suggestion real fast.
You got a Netflix suggestion?
Yeah.
All right.
So you can find it at movie theaters. I saw Across the Spiderverse.
What? Oh yeah, the sequel.
Yes, to Into the Spiderverse, and it is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Better than the first one?
Yes.
I liked the first one.
It's just the art style. Even if you don't even like Spider-Man, it's just the art style in general is fantastic.
It's
Like,
done the same way as the first.
Yes. The whole comic book art style. And one of the scenes literally took them 4 years to animate because of how much was going on in it.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It is so good.
So what's it called?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
With the Black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Miles Morales.
I like the multi.
I was
Spider-Verse.
doing I'm hesitant to talk about this, but whatever.
Do it.
I was at a missions trip last weekend.
Haiti.
It was in downtown Columbus,
Oh.
and we did this block party in a neighborhood that was disadvantaged, let's just say.
Urban community.
Urban community, yeah. A lot of poverty and that sort of thing. And we did this block party. It was a lot of fun, played games with the kids, grilled hot dogs, and they needed a couple people to do face painting. Now, Michaela's very artistic, and they needed someone else. I said, well, I'll try. I don't know. I could do a flower or something on somebody's face. So I did face painting for 2 hours, one kid after another. And one kid, and I was telling a lot of kids no, because they're like, they had ridiculous requests.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, one kid was like, I want to be Steve Martin. I'm like, how do you even know? Now, I don't know.
I'm not doing whiteface. Okay, listen.
Listen, this is where I draw the line. Anyway, I mean, there was like ridiculous requests, but one kid he's this tiny little guy, and he's like, he wanted to be Spider-Man, and I didn't know how to tell him no. So I was like, give me a minute. And so I pulled up Google Images and I figured out how to do Spider-Man. And I don't want to brag.
Did you get a picture?
No, they asked me not to take pictures.
So I took 3.
Like while I was there. So they said, yeah. But I did a pretty good job. I did such a good job that then there was a line of 20 kids.
They all wanted Spider-Man.
And so if you need your face painted like Spider-Man, I can do it. Like I cracked the code. Like I'm pretty good at it. So I don't know if that helps the Netflix suggestion of the week at all.
You got 20 little Spider-Mans running around.
Yeah, they loved it. Yeah. And one kid was like, I was painting them all. I'm painting all of their faces like Spider-Man. And he's like, I want to be Spider-Man too. And I was like, okay, here we go. He said, just like the other kids. He's like, yeah, but he goes, but I want to be Miles Morales. I was like, yeah, you can. That's fine. You can.
That's on you.
You can use whatever one you want. Once the mask is on, nobody really knows. So
I'm gonna do the Tobey Maguire version because that's the one that.
I'm sorry, son. This is the Tobey Maguire version. So, yeah. Anyway, we're at that point of the show where the show's basically over, but
Mount Rushmore of Jesse? Are we gonna?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we could do that. We could close the Mount Rushmore. Elastic pants.
Flatulence.
Elastic pants. Flatulence.
Uh-huh. He doesn't know he does it either.
It's buried up
but
there.
he does. Boy, does he.
And then
He does a lot of that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
another one.
And he feels the need for some reason to lean into the microphone when he does it.
He shouts.
He's loud.
He's a loud.
No, let's do this for real though. Come
Okay.
on. Let's honor Jesse. You know,
Morbid
Mount
obesity.
Rushmore- obviously, morbid obesity.
Uh-huh. That's the George Washington.
Frisbee golf.
Uh-huh.
Used mattresses.
Used mattresses. Although he said he's getting out of that business. I was like, are you sure, Jesse? It seemed like such a good idea.
No, don't.
I was like, how can that not succeed? But apparently, he's getting out of that business. Morbid obesity, disc golf, used mattresses, and what else?
I mean, he's my dog guy.
I mean, flatulence is pretty good, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
literally. I die every time I sit beside him. Like part of me just dies.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right. Well, so there it is. We still got a minute and a half. And I'm, the other day, well, let's just tease this. This is a pretty good one. It's about doing laundry. So we could do a whole thing on laundry.
And let me just say one more time. Go to carolremarks.com.
There it is.
And tell her how much you like Lauer Road Radio.
Enter in Lauer Road Radio.
Yeah, you get a special discount when you subscribe to her show.
You can subscribe. You can get as many episodes as you want. If you
and we suggest taking the 10 show challenge for Carol's show.
Not before you've done it for our show.
No, do our show first, definitely. And then after you take our 10 show challenge.
Repeated.
Until you subscribe and like it. Then take her 10 show challenge.
All right. That's a show. All right, Jason. Well, this is Dan signing off for Jason. I feel weird without my headphones in, but it was so loud.
Yeah.
Reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Bubba, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.
Night, night.